Theo Von, if you happen to watch this, please make a parody of King Theo Von. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Well, go ahead.
That would be awesome. He'd probably be afraid of the ops finding him.
Hell, I invite the ops over here whenever I get the chance. We got opportunities and applications.
We got ops here, boy.
We got opportunities and applications over here, boy. Man, shout out Theo Von, man.
Hey, blast off, I can talk my ass off. Hey, Smokey, what you seen, and I'll tell you what I saw. Hollywood, what you think, and I'll tell you what I thought. And we can talk about it all when we here on Trash Talk. Hey.
What's going on, everybody? We're back with another episode of the Trash Talkers Podcast.
We made it.
What's up, Smoke Dog?
What up?
What up?
Football season is what's up.
Oh,
man.
here we go. Come on, y'all. Let's hear it.
Yeah, man. It's just preseason right now. Things are shaking out. And the injuries are starting to pile in. So, man, if you're a fan of the Cowboys, CeeDee Lamb looks like he wants to hold out. So I feel sorry for you guys. But the rest of the world does not, because the Cowboys are universally hated by anyone who's not a Cowboys fan.
Shout out to all the Cowboy and non-Cowboy fans out there. Hell, I'll speak about MMA for once, dang it.
Go for it.
The Izzy just fought Dricus Duplessis, and I'm pretty sure most people, if you're familiar with any sort of combat sport, you know who Israel Adesanya is.
Yeah, who won that one?
Izzy lost.
Oh,
and
really?
He would have been the third person in history to regain his title for the third time in the middleweight division, but he ended up losing by a rear naked choke. So Dricus, South African champion, you did it, buddy. God, I wanted Izzy to win, but he didn't pull it off. But today, Smokey, we have an interesting topic. But before we do that, we need to read the top 3 comments from last podcast. And again, guys, if you're not familiar how this works, we on the previous podcast we did last Tuesday, we read the top 3 comments and give you guys shout out, and we try to let you guys be here with us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
100%. Okay. Shan and Kat. Let me just preface this for a second. You guys are probably always going to get that, so we want to include some other trash talkers. We got you guys, though. We got you guys. Yeah. And actually, this one, Kat, salute to you. Yes, you were number 1, but we're going to get some more trash talkers in there. You might be on the next one, though.
Yeah.
The number 3 most liked comment from that one is from Kim Zwolonsky. Shout out to Kim Zwolonsky. Right. Kim says, I've never, ever heard of... Oh, by the way, this was from... Do you remember the title of the last podcast? It was... artists, famous people and bands that you didn't know existed.
Yes.
So Kim Zwolonsky says, I have never heard of the band Chelsea, but Billy Idol was in a band called Generation X. Wild Youth and Kiss Me Deadly are the only 2 songs I can think of at this moment. I think it was from 1976 or 77 and lasted a few years. Rick James and Neil Young wouldn't have guessed that in a billion years.
Yeah. That's why we were digging deep trying to find those.
Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely.
The number 2 most liked comment from that podcast comes from Vlad TV. Vlad Piscasu. Shout out to you, Vlad Piscasu.
Yeah.
Shout out to you. Vlad Piscasu says Keanu Reeves is in an alternative rock band called Dogstar, where he plays bass.
Yeah.
The band was initially active from 1991 until 2002, releasing 2 albums and an EP. They reunited in 2020 and have released a 3rd album last year. I recommend checking them out.
Yeah, definitely.
100%. And, okay, the number 1 most liked comment from that podcast, not Shan or Kat, shout out to y'all. Much love. Comes from MF Chef. Or I'm sorry, FM Chef. Shout out to FM Chef. FM Chef says, one of my greatest stories. I worked at a club in Louisville called Jillian's. I was the kitchen manager, and we had a band perform there called Rat Dog. I spent an hour talking to this old guy, great dude, down to earth, and just had a great conversation for an hour. Come to find out later, it was Bob Weir from the Grateful Dead.
Wow.
I had no clue, but shout out to Bob. Such a nice and great dude.
Wow, that is an awesome story.
Damn, that's a deep dive right there. Also, we saw so many of you guys out there giving us topics for future podcasts. We have taken note, and we are definitely going to
absolutely. They will be coming up soon. And we could almost make a part 2 to that podcast. Yeah. Just off of the comments there. We can dig up bands and do a part 2
Absolutely.
of bands you didn't know existed.
Man, today I'm excited to hop into this with Smoke Dog.
Yeah, definitely. It's a polarizing topic for sure. Lots of bands out there. It almost feels like if you get into a certain level of fame, there's going to be a lot of people that hate you, right?
Yeah.
So we're trying to find artists who are in bands who are, I don't want to say universally hated, because every band out there has their foes and their friends. But these are people that tip the scales almost on more of the hated side than the love side.
You know, I do want to toss a little raisin in your potato salad, if that's okay. Can I toss a little raisin in there?
All right.
You had said when you become big enough, you're gonna get some hate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Me and you, rappers,
Yeah.
you know, I would say at one point we probably were in the biggest band around our area, or
In our
biggest
area,
rap
yeah.
group
Oh,
in our
yeah,
area. You
yeah.
would say that, right?
In our area, yeah. In our counties, yeah,
Yes.
we were the biggest, yeah.
We were hated.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
We were hated.
Yeah.
There's been many fights, and amongst many other things. So I would
Yeah.
say that.
And we didn't reach the global scale.
No, that's what I was saying. Even on a county level,
Yeah.
if you become something,
Yeah.
you don't get hate. But again, shout out to my mama. My mama always has told me, if you don't got haters, if you ain't got people hating on you, if you ain't got people saying things bad about you, you ain't doing something right.
Yeah,
That-
absolutely.
I live by that. But
A lot of these, like me and you, we're not going to understand really why people hate them. We might get the concept of like, oh yeah, they hate them because of this. We listen to their music and we're like, oh, we judge it strictly off the music. And we're like, these people are wonderful.
yeah.
But for some reason, there's a massive audience out there that just can't stand these individuals.
Yes, and that's one of the reasons I say is part of the reason of this podcast is, you know, we're looking forward to reading the comments on this one to see, you know, what information you guys can give us on these people that we're going to bring up, and you know, maybe y'all can give us some more insight onto why
Yeah,
they're so.
yeah. Explain to us why they're so hated.
Yeah.
Like some of them, like I said, we know the concept. We know how they got the hate. We don't understand it because we love the music.
We just like music. That's it. Go, you start.
me to start off?
You started off. Today. You can do rock paper scissors again. No,
Uh,
you.
Let's do it.
All right, rock paper scissors shoot. God damn.
Gotcha.
All right.
Hey, I remember you saying that everybody does scissors
Everybody
first, so
does
you thought I was
scissors
gonna
first,
do rock.
and I was. Go ahead. Sorry.
Mind games, brother. All right, this is a big one. I'm going to start off with this one because even our comments, every time we cover this band, everybody, I ain't going to say everybody, but the majority of the people all show their hatred toward this one person, even though they love the band, absolutely love the band.
I got it.
99% they love the band, but 99% they hate this one artist. He is a drummer. Guess who it is?
Nikki's.
No, that was a drummer.
Hold on. Give me a second.
It's not Tommy Lee.
I was
That's
about to
what
say,
you were
okay,
thinking.
that's what I was thinking. Tommy Lee.
No, it's Lars Ulrich.
Yeah, why people hate on Lars so much, man? Why y'all hate on Lars so much?
Hey,
dude?
there's
Why
a lot
people-
of hatred for
And you're
Lars.
so right, dude. It's like Metallica's one of the biggest bands ever.
Yeah.
But for some reason, there's so many trash talkers. Even people I've seen out on the street that recognize me from, you know, our podcast and our reactions are like, man, Lars freaking sucks. Like, I had a dude, like, he didn't even say, hey, are you Hollywood? Literally, Lars sucks. And just kept on about
He
his
just
way.
wear a Metallica shirt and just like, Lars sucks.
And just kept walking. I'm like, do you... Like, god dang, why is this dude so hated? You got any backstory on this?
Well, I got something that AI wrote out here. Because I know some of the things, right?
know.
But I wanted to see what AI had to say about it. It says
It's so crazy we're taking information, credible information
from AI.
From,
now.
or
Well, that's a culmination of the entire internet.
yeah,
though.
it's just taking pieces
Yeah,
of things.
it just crawls the internet constantly, finding out these different things, and it puts together this amalgamation of concepts and gives you an answer to things now. And AI is far enough along that we can almost trust in it these days. I know a lot of people are never going to.
Yeah, let me ask you this: in the court of law, would AI be a credible source of information?
No, it can't be yet.
Okay,
I bet it will be one day,
you
though.
think so?
I bet it will be.
All right. What you got for Lars?
It says, Lars Ulrich of Metallica. The Metallica drummer has been a polarizing figure, often criticized for his role in the controversial Napster lawsuit and perceived creative decisions that have alienated some longtime fans.
Yeah, I do. What's so crazy is even before we started doing Rappers React, everyone here has used Napster. Whether it be LimeWire, BearShare, Napster, everyone's used it. But for some reason, I heard the name Lars during those days. I'm like, who the heck is Lars? I thought it was like a CEO of some tech company.
Yeah.
Turns out it's the drummer of Metallica.
Yeah.
You can't be mad at him for that, though. If you look at it, though. Go ahead.
It's tough. It's really tough because a lot of people looked at it as, you guys have more money than the federal government. You guys are good.
I don't know about that.
Well, it's an exaggeration for sure. But I'm saying that's the way some people looked at it, though, is that why are you hating the individuals being able to find their music when it's a credible source for finding new music through Napster and LimeWire and later on the Pirate Bay and things like that? People were using it to discover new artists that you could not go and find at your local record store. So in some ways, it was really helping these underground bands come up and make more money. And as we've seen in the digital age now, there's underground bands across the entire world that are making a living off of music that would have never been afforded that opportunity
if it wasn't
before the digital age.
You know what's crazy? You want me to tell you who I think probably used Napster, LimeWire, BearShare, the Pirate Bay the best?
Who?
Happens to be a rapper.
Soulja Boy?
I think he utilized it better than anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, the dude he had the first iPhone ever delivered to him hand to hand by Steve Jobs. And it was because he would take the most popular songs. 50 Cent, you can find me in the club. Oh, I'm going to download this, burn this on the CD. Guess what? Yo! I got the new dad called Crank That. I mean, Beyonce, he would take Metallica and just, he'd title it that, but would make it, and
that's how a lot of them did it.
Yeah.
You would see titles like Sounds Like, or some of them just absolutely put, hey, Metallica with the name of your song, and people would download it and go, oh, that kind of sounds like Metallica, but it's not Metallica.
Man, so do you think Lars was like, I think he's looking at it strictly from a Metallica point of view. He's like, listen, hey.
And I think that's why he got the hate.
Yeah.
Because it's very self-serving what he was doing.
But as an artist, we're sensitive about our shit.
Yeah.
It's like, God dang it, I broke an arm playing that solo on that song. And now y'all just want to take it for literally nothing. I get where Lars is coming from. And I can understand where some of the hate comes from a lot of Metallica fans. It's like, dude, you using your exaggeration, you got more money than the federal government.
Yeah.
Can I just not download this one song? You'll be all right. I'm sure you're doing a 34.
You're not going to notice that little bit of lacking in your money.
Yes.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, but also there's the him forgetting songs, him playing the wrong songs at the wrong times, and things like that. People like to point out that Lars is not the best drummer by any standards.
Man.
But he is good enough to be part of one of the biggest bands of all time, so we'll give him that.
So then let me ask you this, dude. Does that mean we need to give Joey credit for just filling in for an entire Metallica set?
That the negative person would look at that and say, well, it's easy because those were Lars parts.
That's... I've said this in many Metallica reactions. My thing is this. Can you do it?
Yeah.
Can you do it? If you can do it, okay.
If you can do it, then we will listen to your criticism.
100%.
Sure. But there will still be negative comments toward Lars in the comment section of this video for sure, and we understand that, and we just have a hard time hating on someone who has accomplished so much.
Yeah, 100%. Now here's one for me. Now here's an artist that I've seen in the comments that people have trashed on.
Yes,
people have said a bunch of negative things and things that me and you have actually seen this artist do before.
Yeah,
Phil Anselmo.
Yeah,
from Pantera.
Yeah, such a great band.
Man, I mean,
and that's the whole point of this, right? Like, such a good band, but people hate one of the members.
I mean, it's to the point, like, and there's, to me, Pantera is so American. Like, they're Texas.
Yeah.
They're Texas. Why do I think of Stone Cold Steve Austin when I think of Pantera?
Probably because they had a rattlesnake on the cover.
That's it. That's it. So I brought this part up about Phil. So all right. So on January 22nd, I think it was 2020. I think it was, or 2021. But Phil Anselmo gave a Nazi salute.
Yeah.
A Nazi salute and yelled, "White power!"
Yeah.
White power on stage at a Los Angeles tribute concert for deceased Pantera guitarist Dimebag. Rest in peace, Dimebag Darrell. Rock heroes like Dave Grohl and Robert Trujillo were on hand, so plenty of influential eyes were fixed on the show. Slowly, news of the incident began to spread. On January 27th of that year and January 30th on that year, Anselmo issued a 90-second video apology for an incident he deemed ugly and uncalled for. Still, some in the online community suggest it was time to stop giving Anselmo allegedly racist behavior a free pass.
Yeah, that's the problem, right? Because you want so much to like these guys, and I won't even, I won't even direct it at the band.
That's what I'm saying. Why are we lumping the band?
Yeah, because you always see the front man like as the band, but in this case we have to separate the two because we haven't seen any of that stuff from any of the other members.
Do you think Dimebag would have been okay with that? Did Dimebag roll over in his grave when he saw the salute and white bar? Do you think Dimebag rolled over in his... Don't you dare say nothing bad about Dimebag.
I can't say anything bad, but I don't know how he felt because, I've never seen any clips of his inner feelings about things like that.
But that's the thing. You haven't seen it about Dimebag. You
Yeah,
haven't seen
exactly.
it about the bassist.
Yeah.
None of them. But you have seen it about Phil.
Yeah. Phil.
And y'all, we're not just making these names up. These are things that we've done research on.
Mm-hmm.
We've looked in comments that a lot of people don't F with them because of that.
Yeah. And that's the shame in it, right? Because the music is so good. They were so iconic. They accomplished so much. And people will refuse to listen to anything that person's done because of that. We say a lot, like, you have to separate the artistry from the person's personal life.
Yeah, I agree. 1,000%.
Because there's people still bumping R. Kelly.
I'm sorry. I will jam R. Kelly to the day.
I get it, yeah. Because the music is still great.
Fire, man.
Yeah.
I don't condone what you did in your personal life.
And especially people like that, he's not receiving the money from it. So, I mean, maybe his estate is, or however that's working out. Somebody is, which is also an unfortunate byproduct of that. But you watch a Chris Benoit match, you're like, wow, this guy was one of the greatest wrestlers ever, right?
What's the football player?
OJ?
No, OJ too, but the dude Hernandez.
Oh, Aaron Hernandez.
Aaron Hernandez, yeah.
Yeah, you watch him playing at Florida, playing with the Patriots. You're like, he was
you're
good.
like, go Patriots, but F that guy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're like, wow, that guy was so good, but such a horrible person.
So with Phil's situation, it's like you said, bleeds America. Great freaking band, just all around great band, great entertainers, great. And from what some interviews I've seen from other artists, they say Phil is actually a pretty cool dude.
He might be, yeah.
But is it okay to just immediately dismiss something so?
Well, people can change. I can't say this. I don't know how Phil feels in his day-to-day life or if the apologies actually mean anything. People can change. A lot of people don't like to think you can't.
But, sir...
But think about this in the political world. People, I ain't gonna say we because I'm not doing it, but people have voted for certain candidates for certain parties who actually for 25 years stood on the other side of the aisle. So you believe that person can change, you got to believe that anybody can change.
The famous quote. The famous quote from the great philosopher Charleston White: "Children mimic what they see, or children imitate what they see, and children mimic what they see and repeat what they hear."
Yeah.
So is it that taught behavior?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could.
Like,
yeah, I mean, yeah, it's taught. You got to learn it somewhere, right?
That's where I'm going.
You don't just pop out as a toddler and
like,
I hate everything that doesn't look like me.
I got to show you a Megatron video later.
Oh, yeah?
This is a little kid. My favorite. Go ahead, Megatron.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I wish it weren't so.
Yeah.
Because I want to like them so much.
And that's the thing. I don't think. God, I don't know him, so I can't personally speak on if he is racist. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know him personally, but if my homeboy got up there, I'd have to be like, look,
you got to check him.
Yeah, I gotta check you. I got to like, look, bro, that ain't cool.
Yeah,
that ain't cool. But then in the back of my head, the whole time, I'm like, is this for really?
Yeah, exactly. You gotta like, okay, was it for shock value?
Yeah.
Where you just that mad in the moment that you just made that up.
I mean, that dude had a
or
firm...
do you really feel that way?
Did you see that video of Phil throwing up the knots?
Yeah.
Did you see how stiff he?
Yeah.
That fool was at a
Yeah.
tension on your ass, bro. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I enjoy Pantera's music, and I hope he's not that way, but that's one of the reasons why some people don't F with him.
That's the truth.
Who you got next,
man? This one kind of, in a way, it hurts my heart also, but then the other side is kind of comedic.
Oh, God.
And then there's a part where I'm like, okay, I understand this one.
Is this the lead singer of Clowncore?
No, it is actually the lead singer of Guns N' Roses.
Axel Rose?
Yeah.
How people? Wait a minute,
dude. Axel Rose is.
How people don't like Axel?
Yeah, there's a lot of people that hate Axel Rose.
Okay, I need to hear this. How?
Well, let me give you the synopsis from AI here. The volatile frontman has a reputation for being difficult to work with, canceling or delaying concerts, and making controversial public statements that have angered many in the rock and metal community.
I've heard the delaying of concerts before.
Yeah, that was a big one, right? So the fans... they weren't acting the way he wanted them to, so he canceled the concert mid-concert.
Hold on, how you gonna tell me how to act when I'd have paid $49.99 for this damn
I think
ticket?
they were throwing stuff, getting a little too rowdy. Let's see, I performed it together. So
that's what I'm saying. There is a
that.
thing called crowd control.
Yeah.
You need to learn how to control your crowd.
Yeah, but you also have to understand that certain crowds are just going to be rowdy. And you got to take it as, okay, they don't mean that they hate me.
That's just who they are.
That's just what they do.
Go to a gathering. Like you said, a gathering. That's
so if he's playing in San Paulo or wherever it was.
Was Guns N' Roses at the gathering?
No.
Oh, I was about to thought you were going
to a gathering in Brazil, that's for sure.
Dude, that's crazy. Go ahead.
But, if he's playing there, wherever that incident happened, I want to say it was South America. Maybe it was Brazil or something like that. But, or Argentina, wherever
Sao
it was.
Paulo is Brazil.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't remember exactly if it was in Sao Paulo, though.
Oh, okay, I got you.
But yeah, so the fans a little too rowdy, and he's like, "Y'all throw one more thing, we're shutting it down." Bottle comes up. All right, that's it. That's
Dude.
it. And then there was the videos of him jumping in the crowd and fighting fans, doing a flying drop kick.
Or how about the Superman punch we saw Offset do from the Migos?
Oh, that's the thing. Axel has done that several times.
Wow, really?
Yeah. The flying drop kick always gets me. That was pretty
Oh,
cool.
from Shaggy 2 Dope?
No, Axel did a flying drop kick into the crowd.
That fool ran back on the drummer and then came back and
right on Fred Durst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
And he started the beef with Kurt Cobain and whatnot too.
Damn.
But yeah, a lot of people hate Axl Rose, man.
I mean, when it comes to the drink throwing, you do need to be respectful.
Yeah.
To the artist. Even if you don't like the artist, you don't want to assault someone.
Yeah.
That is assault.
That bothers me too. Like I said, playing at the gathering, you're like, I'm just standing there like, why do y'all do this?
But like you said,
it's not cool.
Like you said though,
there is a legend standing on stage.
Yeah.
Like, why would you do this?
But that's the thing. You said you got to know what crowd you're performing. Like to them, when the gathering is ran by ICP, right?
Yeah.
All right. If Insane Clown Posse comes out there, they know they're gonna get sprayed by Fago. Somebody's got a 2-liter.
Yeah. See, they kind of set the tone. Like, hey, we throw stuff in the crowd. They throw stuff back.
It's a give and receive thing. So I get it. Like you said, you have to know where you're performing. You got to know the crowd you're doing. But like, there was one story you had told me about one, was it Ice Cube? I think you had said that was at the gathering, and people were just like, okay, this is a legend. We don't mess.
Yeah, with Ice Cube and Ice-T.
And Ice-T. Okay.
Ice-T controlled the crowd like nobody had ever seen. Man, he walked out there and he's like, talking in between his songs, and they were making a little too much noise. He said, "Shut up," and the whole place went silent.
They weren't even allowed to turn up. No. Look, everybody's like, and then that one person that got up, sit, nope. Nope. He puts the whole left side of the field in timeout. Go. Everybody's just facing this way. That's crazy.
Dude, Ice-T had that effect on him. Like Ice Cube, nobody really. I mean, there was stuff flying around the crowd, but nothing really made it on stage. But there's artists like Riff Raff or Bubba Sparks. They went up there and things were flying in. Scarface did a good one though. There were things flying at Scarface, right?
Man.
So he was like, "All right, this is the craziest I've ever seen. I want, on the count of 3, everybody throw everything you got.
That's what you do.
Every single thing you got." And they all gathered up on the stage and pulled the phones out. And he was like, 1, 2, 3. And then just a tidal wave of stuff flying.
Scarface he's a very intelligent person.
Yeah.
And he used that against him.
Yeah.
He's like, I know y'all gonna do it.
Yeah.
So on the count of 3, let's do it.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, I'm gonna step out.
And then they were all like, yeah.
That's actually brilliant if you think about it, man.
Yeah. But then there's some artists like, 1 more thing and I'm shutting this down. I mean, you know you're gonna get hit if you do that.
Yeah, somebody's gonna be like, oh yeah, 1 more?
Yeah.
How about this?
Here's 3.
Boom! Just right at you, man. But Trash Talkers, I'm curious to see, what are your guys' thoughts on Axel Rose, man? I want to see how many people actually are like, yeah, man, Axel.
Yeah,
we don't rock with that dude, man.
I love Axel. Tell you that. I mean, yeah, it's kind of comedic in a way to me.
It is a little funny.
The things that he's done, but yeah, he's just himself.
All right, my next one. You ready, Smoke Dog?
Yeah.
He was in a band called Damn Yankees, but he's kind of known mostly for his solo ventures.
Okay.
Mr. Ted Nugent.
Ah, yeah.
Now, I strictly picked this name because of comments.
Yeah.
That's
where I got all of mine too. Yeah.
I strictly picked that because, dude, all right. I've seen people praise him, and that's the thing with everybody I think we have brought up on this list, until we get to my last one. There's my last one. I don't think anyone.
Oh, it didn't come from the comments.
Nah. Yeah, I guess kind of did, but you'll see when I get there.
Okay.
But with Ted Nugent, I mean, people have said some of the craziest things, and I brought up a quick thing, and it said, oh wait, where'd it go? It said, so how did Ted Nugent become a right-wing hero? So apparently.
He's very outspoken on politics.
Yeah, apparently he's like the leader of some NFL or like National Rifle thing.
NRA?
Yes, he's like a big spokesman for it or something like that.
Yeah.
But one person said that he used his celebrity status and lifelong interest in hunting and firearms to get a seat on the NRA board. He became increasingly negative over the years. People like him, Bobert Green, just give gun owners a bad name. They do far more harm to the cause than good. Now, here's my question. I need to know more from the Trash Talkers. Maybe you know that you can educate me, but we do have a right to bear arms.
Yeah. You
do have a right to protect yourself and defend your property.
But there's also a giant portion of people who hate that amendment. Yeah.
Really?
You don't know that? You're acting like this is news.
No. I understand that, but it's like, I don't know. Maybe this might be me being a Southerner. Like, is that only the reason because of him being in the NRA, or
no.
is it just politics? Because people are so divided on politics. Yeah. Do you think it's just firearms, or do you think it's
no? It's not just firearms. Well, a lot of people are animals rights activists also, and he's a huge hunter. He had a video called Pigmageddon, where it was just them flying around shooting
the pigs from the helicopter.
Yeah,
I did see that.
Yeah,
hell, Joe Rogan did that with them.
Yeah.
The hogs.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean it's divisive for sure. People hate him for his political stance. Like, anytime as an artist you come out with your political views, you've alienated half your fans.
That's where I'm going here. Of course, I know there's I don't. me being a person who's all for the Second Amendment, I'm all for the right to bear arms. But I get, if you don't want to eat animals, if you're not a fan, if you're a vegetarian, by all means be a vegetarian. But I still think you would want the right to protect yourself, right?
Well, that's the thing. I was definitely for it so much in my earlier days, right? The older I get, I wish there wasn't so much gun violence in this country. But here's the thing. It's a double-edged sword, because if you don't have it, you leave yourself open to being victim of that gun violence. Yeah. And some people are absolutely willing to just take that in stride. Like, okay, yes, I could be shot because every car that's driving by here has a gun in it.
Dude,
we live in Georgia. Anywhere, if you go from Georgia, Florida, Texas,
South Carolina, North Carolina, Alabama,
every single car that drives by you has a gun in it.
Do you want me to tell you why I like that? Now, remember, what was it, 2020, our governor, Kemp?
Yeah.
He had said, you know, you, as long as you are a non-violent, you don't have any non-violent charges, and you, and God, we hate talking about politics here. Yeah. But he said,
yeah, you're alienating half your fans right now.
Well, I'm just saying, if Ted Nugent is speaking on something that, like, trying to keep politics out of it, would you rather have it than to not need it, or to need it and not have it? I'd rather have it
and not need it.
Yes. So
I would rather not need it at all, for sure.
That's never gonna happen.
Well,
never.
I mean, Australia.
Trust me, there's some Aussies out there with some
only hunting. You have to be a licensed hunter, I believe. Some of our Australian fans, tell us what the mandates are. Yeah.
But either way, Ted Nugent, I mean, even as much as we don't like to talk about politics, he's still an individual that can speak about his political beliefs, whether you like him or not, which is what this list is kind of about. You know, you may like it or you may not like it. But it seems like more people don't like him because of his political views, you know?
Yeah, I think that's mostly it. There was maybe a comment or two about the jailbait thing.
Oh, that's where I was thinking about.
Yeah, there was the song Jailbait. And I guess we'll have to leave it at that.
Yeah, let's just, y'all know what we talking about.
Yeah, I mean, of course, when you get that deep into the woods, some people are going to have a problem with it, for sure.
You think people get more offended on the jailbait thing or the political thing?
Political.
You think so?
Yes.
You think?
Yeah, I mean, one of them's way more wrong than the other. But in this climate that we live in America, people will disown you as a family member because of your politics.
Damn, they'll accept that you do 10 years and do your
they'll
time
accept
for your
you
crime.
As a changed man.
Come on back in, you're a changed man because.
But if you stand on you like the other side,
dude,
you voting for the other side?
That's so
Get
weird.
out of my house.
But we forgive you for what you did to old Timmy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Who's your next one?
I want to give an honorable mention before I mention my number one.
Okay.
I don't really understand this one at all. My honorable mention. It doesn't make any sense to me. Maybe I don't know the whole story.
Seal.
No. Nobody hates Seal.
Trash talkers, please. If you don't like Seal, give us a reason why. Let us know in the comment section. Is anybody out there?
Somebody's gonna say they hate the music, right? But as a person, who hates Seal?
I mean, Seal's a good dude, man.
That'd be like saying you hate Meatloaf or something.
How?
Like, why?
Well, there is a person who's gonna be like, I hate Meatloaf. Talking about the food because my meat's always loafing. I'm sick of my meat loafing.
But here's the thing, Lenny Kravitz. There is absolutely at least one person on Reddit and Quora that hates Lenny Kravitz to no end. And I found this article. I'm not going to read this article, whatever. But this fool absolutely thinks Lenny Kravitz is the worst person to ever walk the face of this earth.
Stalin, no comparison. Hitler, no comparison.
No, ain't got nothing on Lenny.
Kravitz. Nothing on Kravitz, dude. I don't care if his mama was on Good Times.
God, this person absolutely hates the ground that Lenny walks on. I don't get it. But my number one is another political guy, and I think that alienated a lot of his fans, and it happens to be Aaron Lewis of the band Stain. Yeah.
And it's been a while.
God, he's so good.
He's
one of the greatest singers I've ever heard.
Damn.
Absolutely.
Top 5?
Top 10.
Damn, really? Okay.
Yeah, I'd put him in the top 10 somewhere.
Right. That's your opinion.
And people would hate that list because he's on it.
Hey, that's your opinion, man. If that's how you feel, that's how you feel.
Like, I'm sorry. Like, I get it that he doesn't have the same political views as you. You cannot deny how good he is.
See, that goes back to the Ted Nugent thing, right?
Yeah,
it's like
absolutely.
You can't deny how
all
good
of these artists. Yeah,
but maybe me and you just think so similar to where it's like we just can't. I get. Do you get? Maybe we don't get it.
I don't get it.
I don't get it at all. Now
I don't
that I
get
think about
hating
it.
on an artist's work because of their political views. But then again, I stand outside. I don't do the left and the right thing. I don't like either side. I don't stand on either side, so I'm not combating somebody on the other side because I can see the flaws in both of them. So I don't understand hating an artist because of their political views.
Let me ask you this: what's something you could say I don't F with this artist because of this? Give me something you don't. There has to be something an artist does
that I just can't stand their work.
That you can't separate music from the person. Is there anything that a person can do where you can't separate the artistry from the person?
Yeah, Gigi Allin.
Well, goddamn, you just took my number
No
one.
way.
Yes, dude. That was my number one, man. My number one was Gigi Allin, dude.
Really?
And I will say, dude, there's a reason we have never covered Gigi Allin.
Yeah.
And the Murder Junkies. There's a reason.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because of YouTube. I don't know if it's because of the Trash Talkers. I don't know if it's because of our scheduling department. But for some reason, this dude just seems to be overall
hated.
Now, I want to go back to ask you.
Uh-huh.
This is the one person, not Ted Nugent, not Axel Rose, not Lars, not Phil, not Aaron Lois, but why is it that you can't separate? And I'm not defending Gigi by any point here, by any means, but what is it about Gigi that you cannot rock with?
Because his lyrics actually portrayed his lifestyle. Like, the things that people hate about Gigi Allin, he was actually putting those into lyrics. Now, here's the thing. We don't have anything against punk. We don't have anything against that raw, hardcore punk, right? We cover it all, and we can see the artistry in it all. It's not that the music wasn't up to standard, which it really wasn't. He wasn't a great singer. There's going to be somebody that hates me for saying that, because there are some Gigi Allin fans out there. There's a very small handful of Gigi Allin fans out there. And somebody's going to hate me like, no, he was so great. But the fact is, he was not up to standards as a singer. The band didn't produce really great music that could overshadow what kind of person he was.
Okay, but I'm waiting on you to tell me what, because you said we can't.
That's it. I can't separate because I know his music portrays who he actually is. It's not like he was making these great songs.
No. Well, first of all, let me. I'm gonna hold off on the synopsis because you took my number one, but I'm gonna hold off on reading my synopsis on Gigi Allin. Yeah. All right. Do you like some King Von songs?
Yeah.
Was this dude not a terrible person?
Absolutely.
So what makes him any different than Gigi Allin?
Because Gigi Allin didn't make great songs.
Okay, so you can honestly sit here and say to Trash Talkers that from what you've heard of Gigi Allin, you're just not a fan of the music.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's understandable.
Yeah, and I get there's a lot of bad artists who put a lot of bad things about their personal stuff in their music. That happens in hip hop more than any other art form.
So you being an artist yourself, you can't find any good artistry in the Murder Junkies. Nothing.
I mean, I haven't heard their entire catalog, but the things I have heard were not appeasing to my ears.
Now I will read the synopsis. It says, his lyrics often express themes of violence and misanthropy. Allin's music was often poorly recorded and produced, given limited distribution, and met with mostly negative reviews from critics, although he maintained a cult following throughout and after his career.
I mean, if you watch the live shows, there would be like 10 people there.
That's what gets me. I know R. Kelly, Ted Nugent, I know they all, P. Diddy, I know they all got these things, but I have seen videos of like Gigi Allin, like punching underage girls
Oh,
and
yeah.
like just grabbing them by their hair, and it's like,
Yeah.
as a man, I just want to you just want to defend. You know what I mean? But now I want to ask you a second question. Gigi Allin is one person you just can't rock with. Can you give me any other artists? So out of every person that's ever made, Gigi Allin's the one. Can you think of any other person?
I don't know. Can you think of another
I
one?
can't, and I didn't even think. Well, Gigi Allen might have been on that list with you. Well, he was my number one, so obviously he was. But is there anybody else? What about Charles Manson? He did have a band at one point.
Yeah, I've listened to his music, and it wasn't the best music, but I will say this: it was better than Gigi Allen's music. And yeah, Charles Manson was a horrible person.
That's what I'm saying.
He absolutely was.
So weird.
But I could also look up Charles Manson's music and listen to it and be like, okay, there's a vibe to that.
The Helter Skelter song. I mean,
No, that's Beatles.
Didn't he do a cover of it?
No, you ask that every time.
What did he do?
There was a movie called Helter Skelter because he was obsessed with the song Helter Skelter. But nah, he had some good folk. I don't know. Well,
God dang it! You want me to tell you what's crazy?
I don't know how good it was, but it was decent music.
I was about to make the argument to where, so you're saying Phil is, I mean not Phil, Gigi is worse than Charles.
Yeah.
Charles is died in
Listen,
prison.
now as a human being, I don't know.
Charles never.
I can't even say that Gigi was a better human than Charles.
Charles never killed anyone.
Exactly.
Neither did Phil.
Well, neither did Gigi.
Gigi. Why do I keep saying Phil? Neither did Gigi. But that's what I'm saying.
Well, as far as we know.
I mean, well, exactly. As far as we know, with Charles too.
Yeah.
Are those the two most hated people in music?
They might be.
Charles Manson and Phil.
They might be.
God dang it! Why keep saying
that's the level he would have wanted to be on, though. Gigi was like, put me on the level with Charles Manson.
That's crazy.
That's probably right where he wanted to be.
Is Gigi Allen and
But
Charles
see, that's the
Manson
thing. Like,
too
if I say I can't deal with Gigi Allen, isn't that what he wanted?
Yeah, so you're feeding into what he wants.
Yeah.
You're literally eating out of the palm of his hand.
Yes, exactly. But, I mean, I can't really change how I feel about it.
God, now I'm trying to... Like, did Hitler have a band?
You trying to find a worse person?
Who's worse?
Did Vlad the Impaler
Taylor?
ever record songs?
God dang it. I mean, seriously, dude. Damn, who's the, was it Miyamoto Musashi? Miyamoto Musashi? Who's the dude? Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan in a band.
I don't know. He had a band of children.
So
man, did I say 11% of the entire world was fathered by Genghis Khan?
I mean, the war. You know how many people are on the planet?
Yes, 11% of the entire world are descendants of Genghis Khan.
Man.
That's ridiculous.
So all right. So the two worst. I mean, we got the two worst. Gigi.
Yeah, and Charles.
Manson. Come on, we got it. We can't have there's no such thing as a top two. We gotta have
a top three.
Who's the third one? We can't say Genghis Khan. Come on, we don't know.
Lenny Kravitz.
Bruh, God dang, we ain't gonna do Lenny Kravitz. Like,
hey, according to that one person, he's worse than Gigi Allen.
That dude's terrible, according to Gigi. God. No, seriously. Who's our third one? Who's someone that you just, I don't care what they put out, I am just not a fan. I am not a fan. I can't see any artistry. They're a terrible human being. Who's the third?
I don't know.
It's so crazy because there's nobody on our list. And we both got 6 people. And you actually have an honorable mention.
Yeah. Yeah, no, because
God, who would it be?
I love the music of almost all these guys.
Like, I'm trying to think of just like the scum of, like, what was his name? The clown dude.
Gacy?
Did he have a band?
I doubt it. I mean, he was a performer.
What was a clown?
I don't know they'd ever recorded music, though.
Come on, we gotta have a third, bro. We can't end it out on 2.
Were there any other serial killers in music?
Did Richard Ramirez?
Besides King, I almost said Theo Von. Besides King Von.
See, God, Theo King Von.
You know, isn't that the
Theo Von?
Isn't that the ridiculousness of it, though? That people would hate someone for their political views so much that they would put their names in a list with Gigi Allen and Charles Manson.
Because of political views.
Yeah.
Theo Von, if you happen to watch this, please make a parody of King Theo Von. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Well, go ahead.
That would be awesome. He'd probably be afraid of the ops finding him.
Hell, I'm biting the ops over here whenever I get the chance. We got opportunities and applications.
We got ops here, boy.
We got opportunities and applications over here, boy. Man, shout out Theo Von, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely artists who've made music that I don't vibe with. But...
This is what we'll do. We've come up with. I came up with Gigi. You came up with Charles, or I guess we both came up with him. You guys, you let us know.
Yeah.
Who is the third person on that list that you can't rock with?
And be totally honest.
Yes.
Like, don't say, well, I love their music until I found out their political views.
Don't count.
No. Give me that person who makes absolutely terrible music you've always hated, and they are a horrible person.
So curious to see what y'all...
Yeah.
Man, let us know.
And there's going to be somebody in the comments to tell you you're wrong.
Look, we don't care. We said Gigi Allin are the scum of the scum. God damn, I feel wrong even saying that, even though he is.
Yeah.
Like,
we need to do some of Mayhem's music.
Oh, dude, the
just
album
to see if
cover.
they were, because they're one of those hated artists.
You know the album cover thing, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
I want to see if their music is as bad. They're like, what if they make the greatest music ever?
Damn. I mean, we have. Why haven't we done? What's the other band? Acid Bath.
Acid Bath.
Why are we?
You've said why we haven't.
I know we haven't, but you think they are like deplorable
bad
people? I don't
know. I don't know anything about their personal lives.
And also, guys, we do want to say that you can make very sadistic songs, but you don't. It doesn't make you a bad people. Yeah, it doesn't make you a bad person. I mean, if y'all heard some of our.
Oh man,
Lord, we done did it all.
Jesus Christ, we've made some music that'll turn your mama's face blue.
I mean, I heard one dude say for the right amount of cash, he would run up in the White House and blast. I mean, god dang, bro.
I don't know what kind of awful person.
I don't know who said it, man, but I knew a dude that said that one time. I was like, bruh, I mean, you know what? Let's leave it there. You guys let us know. Who's the third person on that list? Gigi Allin being the worst. Charles Manson probably being a tie for number one. Who's the third? You guys let us know down in the comment section. And again, guys, leave your comments. The top three get read on next podcast. You got anything else to leave them with, Smoked Dog?
Nah, I think that's it for this week.
That's it for this week, guys. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with us on this episode of the Trash Talkers podcast. And with that being said, my name is Barringer Hollywood 6. Bye.
I am Larry Smokey Ramirez. Killing.
And we are
over. Out. Deuces. Yeah, please.